All right, Coach, 88-66 win for Daemen tonight over LIU Post. Another big league win for you guys. Story of this one, you just started out so darn hot, especially from three-point range. I think you made 9 of your first 11 from three and opened up a 30-point lead in the first 12 minutes of the game. And there was really no drama left after that.
Well, I think the threes are the flash that everybody notices. I thought the substance was our defense, and I thought our defense was really good in the first half, especially the first 12 minutes of the half. I was a little disappointed. We talked about at halftime that we thought we kind of defended to the score a little bit. We got up and we settled down. There wasn't a lot of buzz after we made a bunch of threes. There was buzz, but then it kind of settled into a normal game, and we kind of lost some of our communication, our ball pressure, some of the things we were doing, and then. And they got it down to 18 at the half. Credit them. And then we had to, you never know at that point. And we've had games. Down. We talked about at halftime. We were up 13 at the half down there, and ended up going to overtime. So we didn't want to let it happen again. And we wanted to make sure we show that we've improved over the last 2 months. And I think we have. We're getting better, but we still got room to grow.
The hottest of the hot guys for you today, Jeff Redband. Especially in that early stretch, he ends the game with 22 points. I think he had 14 in the first 7 minutes of the game. 2 times in a row, he's been the ECC Rookie of the Week. He's second in the league and made 3-pointers this season. What does it mean for your team when he's going well? And have you ever been around a guy that's had this much of an impact this early in his career?
I don't know about that one. I'd have to think about that one. That's a good question about the freshman, the impact. You know what we compared it to as a staff? It's a little like Torrance, right? And you got to see how Torrance Dyke last year, when he would have a dunk, it would raise the energy level of the team dramatically. The bench would be up. Everybody would be excited. There'd be buzz in the crowd, everything like that. Well, with Jeff, he's not going to have a dunk, but he does have threes. And the threes, when he gets them, boy, it raises the energy level of the team. It raises you feel a buzz in the crowd, and it's similar to that way. I think he's, when he's good, he's able to, people really have to guard him. And then what it should do is open up driving lanes for other people. I think they know that he can shoot, but he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. And a lot of bounce in his step. And the greatest thing for him is the game just ended, and he said, I got to go to work. He's working his work study job later tonight from 9 to 11 p.m. So that's awesome. That's Division II life in the balance right there.
How about Supreme Hannah too? As hot as Red Band was early, Supreme actually ended up as your leading scorer in the first half. He had ended the game with 18 points, 15 of which came in the first half. Also gave you 5 assists. He scored in double figures. I think it's 12 games in a row now, which is the longest stretch of his career. Well,
he's been disappointed a little bit in the way his shooting percentage. And what we've just talked about is weight. It's going to come around. You're going to get back to the level you were at. I think going through the injury and having a year off is definitely took a toll on him early on in his timing and his shooting touch. But he's been so much better of late. And I think the most important thing he's done, yes, he made some shots, he scored some points, but his voice is being heard, and he's taken a real leadership role. And he's kind of filling a role that 2 years ago was Jordan Green. Last year ended up being Jay Sarkis by the end of the year, and this year has to be Supreme, and it's needed, and I think you see that reflected in our play as a team.
Another play I want to ask you about, you're ahead by 28 points. There's 2 minutes to go in the game, and Alex Borges is out there diving on loose balls. And we kind of talked on the live stream broadcast about that kind of being representative of the kind of program that you've built here. Just what does a play like that say to you?
It means the world to me, because a guy like Alex could easily be saying, well, I'm not playing as much. He's lost some of his minutes. Arif came back into the mix, and then Alex Milinovic has taken some of his minutes. And it would be easy for Alex Borges just to kind of half-step it. He doesn't half-step in practice. He doesn't half-step in the games. He is such a quality kid. And I would love to be able to get him more minutes. You know, he had some minutes in the first half. It just hasn't always materialized. But there have been games, and I think of St. Mike's, where he helped us win a game. You know, he's won games for us with his play, a lot of times defensively down the stretch. And we're going to need him. We're going to need him. And I think his intensity and his love of playing, and he realizes, these guys know, we talk now about it all the time, 7 games left in their career. That's all they're guaranteed. There's no guarantee we're going to the playoffs. There's no guarantee we're going to be in the conference tournament. All we have guaranteed is 7 games. So you better enjoy it, you better embrace it, and you better be a part of it and understand how special this is. Whatever your role is, this is your role for the rest of the year. Deal with it, accept it, and Alex Borges has done that to the hilt.
And I think a play like that, if I might just add in my own editorial, it could have been insert name here on a play like that, because I think your guys on your roster from 1 to, I don't know how many guys is on your roster now, 21? Guys 1 to 21 would have been diving on that
Only
ball.
19. 13 are dressing now.
Okay.
But the humbling thing for me, Mike, is I was walking off, and there's a guy who's in the Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame who was at the game tonight. He was a longtime basketball coach, a guy I really respect. And he said to me, you guys play great. And I said, yeah, I don't know if we can shoot it much better. And he said, well, that's not even what I'm talking about. He goes, they really share the ball, they play hard, and they look like they enjoy playing with each other. And that's what we talked about in the locker room afterward. That's what you have to do. It's got to be us. We don't have guys who are jumping way over the rim and putting their elbows over the rim and doing stuff like that. We have to play together as a great team and really enjoy playing with each other. And I think we're getting there. We got room to grow. We got things we got to do a little better. But I think we're getting there, and I think we're going to hit our stride pretty soon.
Distributing the ball, you mentioned it, 20 assists tonight on 31 field goals. Out of those 31 field goals, 15 of them come from three-point range. We mentioned the hot start. 15 threes, by the way, is the most Daemen has ever hit since you've been here. Matches a season high. It's really been the identity of your team offensively all season long. You're leading leading the league in three-point field goals. You know, do you ever feel like you're certainly living by it right now. Do you feel like you're going to die by it at some point?
We died by it a little bit at the end of the first half today when we were running a little stagnant offensively. One of the things we have to use is the three-pointer as a tool to become a very good driving team. And I think, when we scrimmaged Lemoyne way back in November, Patrick Beeline's the coach of Lemoyne, and he said to me afterward, boy, the thing you guys do is you put so much pressure on the defense because you really drive it and create fouls because everybody's running out to your shooters. And we have to remember that. We can't just live and die. Yeah, there are going to be days when they're going in and we're feeling good. But there are going to be other days where they're not going, and we've got to make sure we still get twos. And we've had this discussion a number of times with this group. Hey, twos are not a bad thing. We can take twos. You could still win scoring twos. And we have to remember that sometimes. But, obviously not be afraid to shoot the three and understand who we are. That's what we do. That's what we're good at. And we have a lot of guys who can do it. And so we'll continue to do it, but we also have to continue to shoot some twos now and then.
8 wins out of the last 10 games now. 7 out of the last 8 conference games are wins. Talk about this role that your team has been on over the last about month and a half.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the one conference loss, but we'll come back to that. With that, I think we went through a bad stretch in late November, early December. We lost at LIU Post, we lost at DC, we lost at Bridgeport. We were struggling, and we were trying to figure out our identity, adjusting to roles and all that. And that's what teams go through. And I think we got off to such a hot start. It was easy for us to, think, oh, it's going to stay this way. And then we hit the bump in the road. But I think I'm really proud that we didn't go sideways after that. We had the rough start, or rough patch, I should say. And then we recovered nicely. We got a tough win against NYIT. And then we beat St. Mike's. And we kind of got going a little bit. And that was important for us, I think. And then we came back from the break. And you look at it, the 2 losses during that stretch you mentioned, we lost by 3 to St. Rose, who's ranked regionally, I think number 2 in the region, and we missed a wide open 3 that would have sent it to overtime. And then we had the game at Malloy where the kid had the ball in his hands. Now I didn't think we deserved to win Malloy, but we would have liked to have gone to overtime to see what would happen. But we we're playing better. We're definitely playing better, and we got to keep it rolling. We got to understand what we do and who we are and how we have to play.
Going to Mercy on Saturday, and then back home here next Thursday against Bridgeport.
Our whole focus is Mercy right now. It's going to be very difficult, and we got a long trip. We're in classes now, so there's a lot that factors in, and we haven't been great on the road. We just lost our last conference road game, so we have to come back and get a road win. So we'll hopefully continue to do that, and then we can worry about Bridgeport. We have a strange schedule when we hit February. We play like 3 games in 2 weeks. So we have some time off to kind of retool, get better, and keep guys rested and fresh too, I think. So we got to get Mercy. This is a very big game for us. We have 7 games left, and very little margin of error for us. So we have to get Mercy. We have to go down there with a road warrior mentality.
Spoken like a true coach, putting tonight's game in the rearview mirror already and on to the next. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks.